on Rappler, a monster jam paralyzes the North Luzon Expressway. Doctors recommend hospital arrest for Senator Juan Ponce Enrile. And scientists discover the fossils of an enormous dinosaur in Argentina. Hello, I'm Natasha Gutierrez. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. What caused the nightmare traffic at the North Luzon Expressway or NLEX Friday? Netizens take to social media complaining about the hours of standstill traffic going southbound. Replying to commuters, the NLEX tweeted the Metro Manila Development Authority or MMDA's one-truck lane policy was to blame for the traffic. In an interview with television channel ANC, MMDA Chairman Francis Tolentino said the one-truck lane policy only applies to C5 Road far away from NLEX. He added, some are probably barking up the wrong tree. Later, Cabinet Secretary Jose Rene Almendra said the real cause was a realignment rerouting in Caloocan City. In an earlier tweet, the NLEX also said the truck lane policy in the city of Manila was to blame. Manila Vice Mayor Isko Moreno pointed out Navotas and Caloocan also passed the same ordinance. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, or CAAP, says aircrafts larger than turbo propeller jets are banned from the Daniel Romualdez Airport in Tacloban City until December 3. The airport runway is under repair due to potholes. Local airline Cebu Pacific canceled its Tacloban-bound flights using Airbus aircraft from September 4 to September 30. Cebu Pacific says it is arranging additional flights to accommodate affected passengers. The Tacloban airport was severely damaged when Typhoon Haiyan or Yolanda made landfall in central Philippines in November last year. Maguindanao declares a state of calamity Friday with 26 towns submerged in floodwaters due to rain by low-pressure areas. Data from Maguindanao's Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council says homes of more than 180,000 individuals, or around 35,000 families, are submerged. Maguindanao Governor Esmael Mangundadatu announces relief distribution will be on Monday. It is the third time Maguindanao has declared a state of calamity. The province is one of the most affected by floods in the country. Check out Rappler's Project Agos microsite, a one-stop shop to help the public prepare better for disasters. Project Agos aims to raise awareness on climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction and management. You can see what to do before, during, and after natural disasters like floods and earthquakes. Visit www.rappler.com/projectagos. Doctors from the Philippine General Hospital, or PGH, recommend hospital arrest for Senator Juan Ponce Enrile Thursday. The senator is confined at the Philippine National Police General Hospital inside Camp Crame due to his health. Cardiologist John Añonuevo testified before anti-graft court Sandigan Bayan that Enrile's heart is weakening and he is at risk for a stroke or a heart attack. Pulmonologist Leonora Fernandez said Enrile is also suffering from asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease due to his smoking. The doctors also recommended a transfer to the Philippine Heart Center in Quezon City. Since his detention, Enrile also had eye checkups at the Asian Eye Institute in Makati City. He has age-related macular degeneration, which may lead to blindness without regular treatment. On Monday, the Senate suspended Enrile for 90 days. He cannot perform his duties as senator. Enrile faces plunder and graft charges for his alleged involvement in the multi-billion peso pork barrel scam. The senator allegedly pocketed 172 million pesos, or almost $4 million, in kickbacks. After days of further testing, the health department says the Filipino nurse who earlier tested positive for the MERS coronavirus is negative for the disease. On Wednesday, 2 nurses from Saudi Arabia arrived in the country. According to the nurse's supervisor in Saudi Arabia, one of them, a 37-year-old Filipina from General Santos City, tested positive for MERS-CoV. Testing by health authorities in Saudi Arabia and the Philippines Research Institute for Tropical Medicine yield negative results. Department of Health spokesperson Lyndon Lee Sui confirms the Philippines remains to be MERS-CoV-free. The MERS, or Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, is a highly fatal illness characterized by fever, cough, often accompanied by diarrhea. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC'S, says there is no funding in its proposed 2015 budget for plebiscites on charter change and the Bangsamoro. At the House hearing on the COMELEC budget Thursday, COMELEC Chair Sixto Brillantes said they requested 36 billion pesos or $826.3 million from the Budget Department or DBM. The DBM lowered the poll body's budget to 16.9 billion pesos or $387.9 million. Removed from the COMELEC'S budget are the following allotments: 7 billion pesos or $160 million for a charter change plebiscite, 679 million pesos or $15.5 million for the BANGSAMORO political entity, and 321.5 million pesos or $7.3 million for recall elections. Talks of amendments to the 1987 Constitution surfaced in August when President Benigno Aquino admitted he is open to charter change. Meanwhile, the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, in March signed a historic peace agreement that will give rise to a new political entity in Mindanao to be known as the Bangsamoro. To proceed with the plebiscite, the Bangsamoro Basic Law needs to be passed and approved. Despite the reduction or removal of some items, COMELEC'S 2015 budget is 487% higher than its 2014 budget of 2.9 billion pesos or $66.42 million because of the poll body's preparations for the 2016 elections. The amount also includes the purchase of additional precinct count optical scan or PCOS machines and biometric voters identification devices to be used on Election Day. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 6, a summit of Nobel Peace Laureates in South Africa may face a boycott after the country refused to issue a visa to the Dalai Lama. An aide of the exiled Tibetan spiritual leader confirms the South African government will not grant a visa to avoid disturbing relations with China. A spokesman for South African laureate and former Archbishop Desmond Tutu says other invited guests will boycott the summit if the Dalai Lama is not allowed into the country. This is the third time in 5 years South Africa denied the Dalai Lama entry. At number 7, the World Health Organization, or WHO, releases a report showing one person commits suicide every 40 seconds. WHO Chief Margaret Chan says suicide is an avoidable tragedy that fails to grab attention because of taboos and stigma. The study covers 172 countries and is released 3 weeks after Hollywood actor Robin Williams' apparent suicide. The WHO also warns publicized reports of suicide raise the risk of copycats. And at number 8, comedian and TV host Joan Rivers dies Thursday afternoon or early Friday morning Manila time. She was 81. Rivers was on life support since August 28 when she reportedly stopped breathing during a medical procedure on her vocal cords. Rivers is known for her biting humor where she pokes fun at people and herself. She rose to popularity when she guested on Johnny Carson's The Tonight Show during the 80s. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Scientists on Thursday said they discovered a supermassive dinosaur in Argentina. The dinosaur died about 77 million years ago. Dubbed DREADNOUGHTUS crani, the dinosaur measured 26 meters or 85 feet from nose to tail and weighed about 60 tons. That's 7 Tyrannosaurus rex put together. Paleontologist Kenneth Lacovera discovered the fossils in 2005. He said it is, quote, by far the best example we have of any of the most giant creatures to ever walk the planet. Lacovera added, DREADNOUGHTUS was a herbivore and would have eaten vast quantities of plants growing in the forest. GILAS Pilipinas ends its FIBA World Championship campaign with a win. They may not have made it to the next round, but fans are still proud of the national team. Rodnil Catales files this report from Seville, Spain.
After 5 tries, GILAS Pilipinas finally wins a game in the FIBA World Cup, defeating Senegal 81-79. It's the first win for the Philippines in 40 years, and passionate Filipino basketball fans from all over the world are elated.
GILAS! GILAS! Overall po, the best! Mataas po, despite na 1-4 tayo, pero makikita nyo naman sa lahat na laro nila is close game po.
Roy Paunlari galing pang Santo Tomas, Batangas flew all the way here just to watch the win. Woo! Sulit na sulit! Sulit! Iba, daig pa nag-champion. Kaya natin to, papasok pa ulit tayo.
GILAS head coach Short Reyes is happy with the win, but can't help but feel a little regret.
One lucky bounce here, one lucky bounce there. Croatia game, yeah, Jeff's last shot. Jason's last opportunity against Argentina, had we converted, we'd be going to Madrid now. So there's just kind of a tinge of regret for that.
But he says they did enough to prove the country belongs to the world stage.
We showed the whole tournament that we belong, that we can compete, and tonight we showed that we could win.
It's a promising run for a team. Many thought they would not come so close to their opponents. GILAS Pilipinas showed the world the Philippine brand of basketball, staying true to never giving up, fighting with all their hearts.
4 games, we're so close.
Team captain Jimmy Alapag hopes the next group to wear the GILAS jersey will take the country to the next level.
I'm just praying that you know the next generation, the next group of guys will continue to work and bring the Philippines back here to the world stage and try to get 2 wins and get to the second round.
Rodney Quiteles, Rappler, Spain.
Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel, and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page, which crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories with the most clicks. Let's check out today's mood navigator. Okay, let's start with this Seoul red circle to the left. This was yesterday's top story. UN BACS commander denies Philippine soldiers' claim. This has 90% of people feeling angry, while 5% say they are amused. Over to the right, the lone purple circle. Sexy captions removed from bench billboards, says the Metropolitan Development Authority. 82% are annoyed about this, while 17% say they're angry. And right in the middle, the biggest green circle, GILAS Filipinas defeats Senegal in FIBA World Cup. This has 84% of people feeling happy, 6% say they're inspired, and 4% say they're angry. All these stories contribute to the mood of the day. Today, most people are happy. That's Rappler's newscast for today, Friday, September 5, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscasts Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel in our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Natasha Gutierrez. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.